Listen, I don't care what it is. JP's just hoping and praying that Eileen finds a victory. I'm just throwing that out
Hey, I watched film. We dissected it. We went over it. Okay. I give everybody a fair shake.
there. Yeah, I bet it was shaking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode here on Locked Door MMA. We're your hosts. I'm Brevin. This is my good buddy JP. In today's video, we will be breaking down and giving our predictions for every single fight on UFC 311's card this weekend out in Los Angeles. But before we do, just want to give a quick shout out to you guys as our current viewers, our subscribers, and even our non-subscribers. We appreciate you so much. But if you aren't subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It's free to do. It means a lot to us. JP, we got an absolutely stacked card this weekend. First pay-per-view of 2025. How are you feeling about it?
Excited, dude. This past weekend, the first card back, it was a little weird, a little fluky if you ask me. But yeah, man, I'm excited. Khabib's camp, obviously in the co-main and the main. I mean, from top to bottom, the card's just great, really. And then, I mean, the whole thing with Los Angeles and the wildfires and stuff like that, it's gonna be wild to see. They move it or not, but yeah, man, I'm excited.
Yeah, certainly. Our thoughts and prayers are out to those that have been impacted by those wildfires. It's terrible to see those natural disasters. Hopefully, things are able to recover a little bit and they're able to get some of these fires out and resolved. But ultimately, we got a really good card. Looking forward to it, and nothing like a little bit of UFC to bring the community back together, if you ask me.
Yeah, man, it'll be good. I fun fact went to the Rams playoff game the other night because they moved that to Glendale, and that was cool to see. They were wearing LAFD shirts for the fire department and stuff like that, and they had all their families there because I guess the Cardinals sent a bunch of team planes for. I mean, I think one of the Rams players brought like a cat and his two dogs on the plane or something like that. So it'll be cool. Quick recap of last weekend. 9-5, the official record. You guys know how much me and Brevin love to watch our locks walk out there with their hands down. You guys know how much we enjoy it. It's a good time. What were you thinking when that happened?
Yeah, I was pissed. I was thinking to myself, wow, this is just my luck. I mean, we really didn't even have a chance to see those two get going. I love to see Uros Medic when he's in a flow state. Ultimately, that cost him. Kept his hands down, thought he was out of range. He wasn't, caught it right on the chin and got knocked out. And hey, that happens. That's a fight game for you. Obviously, it was my lock, so my bad. Can't really predict a wild overhand right gets through, but that can happen in any single one of these fights. That is the beauty of MMA, and why we enjoy it so much. Keeps us on our toes. It just stinks, man, when I go out there and make such a bold prediction, make him my lock, and we don't even get to see him do what he does best. I mean, props to his opponent, man. Catching him on the chin, getting that knockout win. Una,
Bunya.
whatever his damn name is.
Bunya.
It sucks.
Yeah, it was rough. But 95, so not a trash record, pretty decent record, but yeah, Bunya broke our hearts, but that's okay because this weekend's going to be dope. All right, let's start off the card. A prospect again. See if we learned anything from last weekend. Clayton Carpenter versus Tagir Ulanbekov.
Yeah, I mean, you say prospect, but to me, Clayton Carpenter's the real deal. This kid's been fighting ever since he was a kid. All kinds of martial arts. He's done kickboxing. He's a Gold Gloves champ. He's been, a boxer. He was in jiu-jitsu. I mean, from the moment this kid was born, it was seemingly set up that he was going to be a UFC fighter. He's the real deal, 8-0. He is going up against Tiger Ulanbekov, who, as you guys know, has a last name ending in OV. So that's always dangerous. He can wrestle. He's strong. I prefer the striking of Clayton Carpenter, but I know that he is going to be the underdog, given the fact that Ulanbekov can take you down, can control you on the ground. I'm going to take a shot here because normally I'm wrong about these things. I'm picking Clayton Carpenter to kick us off, the underdog. I think he has the skill set to do just what he needs to do to keep this fight standing. And on the feet, I think he has the hands that can get Tager out of there. And if he doesn't knock him out, he could definitely win by decision as long as he's able to keep this fight standing.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the EV-OV thing. Last week, another downside of the card was Magomedov Gadzisulov got fucking exposed. Okay, talk about OV-EV, but 90% of the time, 98% of the time, they can wrestle. Magomed can't. Okay, trash. But Tagir, not that way. Okay, he can wrestle very well. He's got good top game, good ground and pound. Okay, he's got a great gas tank. He's looking to submit people. They're both coming off a rear naked choke win, I believe. I like Tagir overall because I like what he brings with the wrestling and stuff. But what you said about the striking, Clayton likes to get in the pocket and use his boxing. He'll dirty box. He'll throw short hooks, short uppercuts. I do not like Tagir's stand-up at all. He has okay defense, but his head and his chin are just kind of way up there. And he gets clipped a little bit. He can get clipped. So this one was a tough one for me. I mean, I like the OV-EV. I like the wrestling. It's there. I'm not shocked if he gets clipped, though. For the sake of my picks, I'm going to stick with the OV-EV. True. 9 times out of 10, I feel like they win. But we saw last weekend, cheeks. I'm going to pick Tagir, but I don't fault you, and I would not be shocked if Clayton knocks him out. Clips him, something big. But like you said, Clayton's got to stay off the ground. I think Tagir's good enough to get it there, but you never know, man. He could get clipped, but I'm going to go Tagir.
Yeah, I mean, for me, Clayton's got a ground game as well. He's got 4 wins by submission. I think he's very sound there, and I think he'll know what to do to get himself back into a very dominant position. And like you said, the work that he can do on the feet when it is there, he's very dangerous. And Tagir is not the best striker. I don't know. It's gonna be a good one to kick off the card, but I'm thinking early dog money there.
I mean, that's a big dog, too, plus 260 right now. And he can do it, bro. Like when I was watching film, I was like, he could clip Tagir. Like Tagir's not, his striking defense is not. He'll block one, maybe the second one, but if you throw some combos in there, he gets clipped quite a bit. He got clipped in his last fight pretty big before he took the guy down. So we'll see.
Yeah. All right, moving up the card, Ricky Turcios taking on Bernardo Sopaj.
Sopaj. I think everybody knows Bernardo, and I think they know him because Vinicius Oliveira decapitated him. Okay, with a flying knee. I like Sopaj though. Okay, and if there's one thing I want to get better at, I think it's watching these guys get finished like that, or watching these guys have a bad fight, whatever it is. Uros Medic, for example. Okay, we picked him as a lock. Dude went out there with his hands down and got fucking slumped. But our next fight, the situation could be different. He could come out, just look way better, be better, but we not pick him because we got slumped and he was our lock and he screwed us over. So Sopaj had a bad stoppage. I just think Turcios, he's 31. He's okay. He's decent. He's lengthy. He's kind of built like a twig. But I don't think he's technical enough to put something together to even beat Sopaj on the scorecards. Turcios goes to nothing but decisions, dude. I don't know. I think 2019 maybe was the last time he had a finish. I like Sopaj a lot. I think he's still got something on the ground, on the feet, in the clinch. It doesn't matter. I think he's better everywhere. Give me a Sopaj.
Yeah, I mean, many people forget that fight against Vinicius. It was on short notice, and he was doing fine in that fight. I mean, he won the first round. He was holding his own, and then all of a sudden he gassed. Obviously, short notice. You don't have the gas tank. You don't have a full training camp. Then he gassed, got caught, got kneed. We know the rest. But To judge him solely off of that would just be a disgrace, given the fact that this kid is so skilled. He's 24 years old. He's learning on the job. I mean, and Vinicius Oliveira, we're going to see him as well coming up. He's very, very skilled. Ricky Turcios, on the other hand, he fights some of these prospects. Like JP said, goes to decision a lot. Doesn't really impress me. I would look for Sopaj to find some big moments in this fight and ultimately find a victory to get back on the right side of the columns there with a win. I got Bernardo Sopaj as well to rectify his lone loss in the UFC.
100%. Fun fact for you too. This fight and the previous fight have the same exact lines right now. The one's minus 325, the other one's plus 260. We'll see if any more dogs pop up. That was surprising. Right off the bat, you got a dog, man. I thought about it too. I thought about it.
I mean, Carpenter is good, man. He is good.
He's good in the pocket. I mean, I am nervous that Tagir gets clipped. I am, for sure. Next one, I know you're excited about this kid. I think everybody should be. Rinya Nakamura versus Muin Hair Patch Boy Gafurov.
Yeah, first of all, Gafurov's got the hairy back. We've thrown that up on the screen before. It's disgusting. He needs to take a razor to it. This Rinya Nakamura, he is an absolute killer. The dude's got phenomenal wrestling. That's really his base. He'll rely on that, but hasn't necessarily needed to thus far in his UFC career. He's got hands. He throws really hard and he throws quick. I like the way he's able to eat shots. And then obviously looking at his opponent, Gafurov, he's just going to pressure forward. He throws big looping strikes. He does have some power here and there, but he ultimately will always go for takedowns whenever he's in trouble, whenever he's tired, because that does happen. He's a very well-built guy, and he will get a little tired and winded and then shoot those takedowns. A lot of the times, he finds success. But I promise you on Saturday, he will not against Rinya Nakamura. If anything, Rinya will be taking him down. And then, Muin Gafurov's going to have to find his way back up to his feet. I think it's a terrible matchup for Muin. I got Rinya Nakamura. I think he's really going to just walk him down and be able to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I agree. I'll keep it short and sweet. Rinya is a stupid good athlete. Like, his athletic ability is crazy. He's explosive. Like you said, the wrestling. Gafurov, I think in every way, shape, and form is the definition of mid. And like you said, when he's in trouble, when in doubt, he tries to wrestle. Won't have that here, bro. You will not have that. I think Rinya even potentially ragdolls Gafurov. I'm taking Nakamura.
Yeah, and that line's going to move too. This is the one that's going to move to probably like minus 700
Yeah.
by the time Saturday rolls around. Right now, it's at minus 500. I was able to catch it at minus 450. That line's just going to keep getting higher and higher as people start looking into this fight and betting on this fight. Rinya's a stud.
100%.
All right, moving up the card, Carol Rosa taking on Eileen Perez.
I believe this is the one and done women's fight on the card, yeah? Yes, it is.
Listen, I don't care what it is. JP's just hoping and praying that Eileen finds a victory. I'm just throwing that out there.
Hey, I watched film. We dissected it. We went over it. Okay? I give everybody a fair shake.
Yeah, I bet it was shaking. I bet you were given a lot of fair shakes.
And I was fair, okay? No bias. Carol Rosa, she's got good leg kicks. Got decent stand-up. Pretty decent stand-up. Got good defense, The one thing that she's shown to not really have or attempt or look for is grappling, taking you down. She's had I think one grappling match and she got choked out. But she's okay. She went distance with Irene Aldana, which everybody holds like crazy high. I like Aldana. When Aldana fought at Noche at the Sphere, put a real bad taste in my mouth. And ever since then, I've just been kind of thinking about it. I don't know. The one big thing that Eileen's going to have to address, or she's getting beat up the whole fight is those calf kicks. Because Eileen's stance is stupid wide. And so that front leg is there to just be beaten up the whole time. She doesn't check him. She doesn't address him. Get out of the way, whatever it is. If they go to the ground, Eileen's not a slouch. Like, she'll ragdoll girls. You give her most recent fight, the girl gave her an easy setup for a arm triangle. There it was. Put her out. I don't know. It's tough for me because if Perez doesn't at all try and implement her grappling, and I feel like from the bell you should, she's just going to get beat up on the feet. But if it does go to the ground, I think she can dominate her. I think she can, whether it's lay and pray her way to a decision, find a sub, whatever it is. I like Rosa. I think she's okay. I just don't like the fact that she doesn't have a decent grappling set in her back pocket. At least like takedown defense. It's okay. It's nothing special. Eileen's got good trips. I think it's close, but I think Eileen at plus 205, I mean, she gets her to the ground. I think she's just going to lay on her. I think it's decent money. I gave everybody first shake. Okay? No bias here. I'm going to take Eileen Perez. Dog money.
Yeah, I bet you are taking her. I can't really say the same, dude. I've talked about Carol Rosa a few times now on this show. She's really, really good with the kicks and the usage of the kicks, and that's not something we see a ton of inside of these women's fights. I think she's probably the best leg kicker in this entire division. I have not seen anyone implement a game plan surrounding the leg kicks like she has, and she really should have beat Irene Aldana. But her problem in that fight, she was throwing a lot to the thigh, the inside thigh, and if she would have just lowered those to the calf, Aldana wouldn't have been able to walk.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then she did make that change in her following fight. She learned from it. Pani Kianzad kicked her in the calf, dominated her on the feet. I think that's going to be the same story here. I can't pick Carol against Carol Rosa. For as long as she's kept up this strategy, she's looked good. She had some time off, came back, and has just thrown together really solid performance after solid performance. I like it a lot. I do think Eileen Perez is too heavy on that front foot. It's not going to bode well for a leg kicker like Carol Rosa.
I think this is a fight where we're going to know exactly how the rest of the fight's going to go, like halfway through the first round. Like if Carol lands like 3 or 4 big leg kicks, we'll know right away because her leg will be like that Kianzad fight that you're saying. Her leg was toast at the end of the first round.
Yeah.
She was stumbling everywhere. So
right, and that makes it hard to wrestle.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have the same force being able to push off of it to get to your doubles. You don't have that leg to plant and throw hard strikes, and that is kind of Eileen Perez's game. So I'm just worried for her if she does eat a couple of those calf kicks.
yeah, it's true. Rosa's got to stay off the fence, keep Eileen on her back foot, and Rosa's pretty decent with range management. So, I mean, there's definitely a path for both of them. I feel like to win the fight. So, yeah, we'll see. Hoping I can crack off some dog money there. We each got one dog, I think now. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's go. This next one, I have a sneaky suspicion who Brevin's taking. Grant Dawson and Diego Ferreira.
I don't know what you're talking about, JP. I mean, we all heard Grant Dawson in his last interview, all right? Dude's a family man, all right? He loves his wife. What more is there to say?
Got quarters laying around.
I do think he's who's got some extra change, all right? We're bouncing them things. Listen, he's a very skilled fighter. I mean, he's skilled on the mic, skilled at home, but he's a skilled fighter. And I think that he's going to have enough skills in this one to beat an aging Diego Ferreira. I don't love Diego Ferreira at this point, even though, he's on a little 2-fight win streak. His last fight against Rebecki is a good win.
Great win.
I just don't love it. I just don't love it right now against a guy like Grant Dawson, who's on an absolute tear, much younger, very, very skilled in all phases of the fight game. I'm going to have to pick Grant Dawson, not just because of what he does in his free time, but because of what he can do inside the octagon.
Yeah. Shocker there. Grant, when he's not bouncing quarters in his spare time, he's training, and he's training on takedowns, and he'll shoot quite a few takedowns a fight. My only thing with Grant, Jesus, my only thing with Grant is that his chin is. I don't know if he's getting a little too close to the quarters and they're bouncing back and hitting him in the chin, but something's going wrong there. That dude cannot take a shot. But I don't know. He'll continue to come forward and shoot. He's very good at grappling. His stand-up is okay. We just can't get clipped. Because Ferreira's got decent kicking game. He's got a decent stand-up game. Ferreira's jiu-jitsu is also very good. So he's not a slouch. Last year, you guys heard me do nothing but say fade the 40s, fade the 40s, fade the 40s. It came back to bite me in the ass a couple times. So I don't necessarily want to stick with that ideology this year. But, dude, it is so hard to watch these guys. I mean, Ferreira's been through a couple wars in his career, man. It is so hard to watch these guys and think that they're still going to be able to do it. Because it's either he slumps Grant Dawson real early in the fight, or he's going to have to deal with a constant pressure, onslaught, grappling, take you down. Even if you stuff it, we're doing it right again in 10 seconds for 15 minutes. I like Ferreira. I don't know, man. I don't want to put my money. I'm not necessarily betting on this fight, but if I had to, I wouldn't put my money on a 40-year-old Ferreira. I do also like Dawson. We just can't get clipped. Give me Grant.
Yeah. I mean, that's the moral of the story for all these guys that we pick, right? Because we all saw what happened to the good old Dr. Medic last fucking weekend,
Put
right?
your hands
It is
up.
what it is.
Jesus Christ.
Put your hands up. Now, I'm very excited for this next fight. I'm glad that you get to go first. We got a short notice replacement here. Zach Reese going up against Azamat Bekoev.
Bekoev. That was. Can we get a round of applause for Brevin Moser? Okay, that was the best pronunciation I've ever heard you say the name. All right. Interesting one. So Reese was supposed to fight Dumas. Cedric Dumas, and he pulled out. I think yesterday or like this morning. Morning's Tuesday, so
Yeah.
I think this morning or something. Azamat, he's the LFA champ, or was, I believe. He's on like a 3-fight win streak, all for the belt. He trains at American Top Team, OVEV. He's got decent wrestling. His stand-up, it's okay. I mean, it's not trash, but he's got to fight a guy in Zach Reese that's 6'4" with 70-something inch reach, and he's got decent jiu-jitsu. He's got good stand-up. There's another one of those cases where I feel like people see the Cody Brundage loss. People are like, oh my God, Cody Brundage's cheeks. Like, Zach Reese sucks. I'm pretty sure he got slammed in that fight. Yeah. That
he did.
Fight where he slammed on his head. I like Reese. I just don't know what it is. I just like Reese. I like his size. I like his stand-up. I like how he mixes it up a little bit. He was on a tear before the Brundage loss. Like, how many did he have in a row before that? I mean, 9?
6? Well, if you're not including the amateur
True.
bouts, there is 6, and then the amateur bouts in front of that.
So 6-fight win streak before the Brundage loss. Granted, he hasn't fought the best competition, and we'll see if this OVEV kid is, I mean, legit, but on short notice too, on really short notice. I mean, I think it'll give the kid a name, but I gotta take Zach Reese.
Yeah, I agree with you, dude. And this one's crazy to me. Like, we have to look at the facts here. One, he's taking this fight on super short notice. That never bodes well for anybody. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. Who's the kid that just fought Lima? That kid that you really like. He came in, got beat, or he came back at the last second, but he took on
Felipe
short notice.
Lima. Yeah.
Felipe Lima. It's similar to that. And he didn't look good until he got a last second choke. Now he looks great. Now he looks really good, like he belongs. I don't buy into any guy stepping up on such short days' notice. The other thing too, you talked about Zachary Reese's level of competition. Who the hell has Azamat fought?
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, I sat here today when I got the news that Dumas pulled out of this fight, and I watched this kid's entire fight against Dylan Butka, who, mind you, is 0-2 inside the UFC. This was for the LFA belt, by the way. Okay. And they went to split decision. Like this kid at all. I really don't. Yeah, he's got EV on his last name. Name me Bekoev. Brevin Bekoev doesn't mean jack shit. I got Zachary Reese as well.
Were you taking Reese over Dumas too?
Yes, I was. And now they got Reese as an underdog. I'm
Wait,
hammering.
what?
That's what I'm saying. He's now the underdog because we got this LFA champ who's fought absolute cans stepping in on short notice against a guy that's been inside the UFC and had a full training camp. Miss me with that. I'm throwing the farm on.
Wow, I didn't realize Reese was a dog. Okay, I'll take that plus 195. See, this is when it worries me. So I'm like, do these fucking bookies know something we don't?
No, they don't know jack shit. That's why they take my money every weekend.
A bunch of bumps, thieves is what they are. We should start a movement.
Honestly, the reason they take my money is because I bet on these fucking huge favorites that get KO'd in the first 10 seconds of the fight.
I mean, we're just a professional fighter and we're not putting our hands up, going straight backwards.
I love this dog. I love this dog right here.
Dude, I said that to my dogs last night.
This is our spot, JP.
Hey,
this is it right now.
I did not realize he was a dog. That makes me more excited. I agree. I'm hammer Zach Reese, okay? Love to see it. All right. I've been itching to hear your thoughts on this next one all day. Jailton Almeida and Sergey Spivac.
This was a banger. I love heavyweight fights, first and foremost, because I can relate to these guys, okay? I look a lot like them. Man, this one's tough. And the line, first of all, when you look at this line, it's like, oh my God, Jailton Almeida, he's going to kill this guy. Not so fast, midget. But, like, I don't know, dude. I really don't know. Jailton Almeida, he's going to look to wrestle you and then choke you. Rear naked choke. That's what he does in all of his wins. Rear naked choke. Get on your back, choke you out. And that can work against a lot of heavyweights. Then he goes up against an experienced guy like Curtis Blades, won't get a takedown, sits down there on a double leg, won't let go of it to save his life, and takes elbow after elbow to the side of the head and eventually gets knocked out. I don't know, dude. I don't like this matchup for Jailton Almeida. Spivac is pretty disgusting on the ground in his own right. I think he's a good enough grappler. I think he's going to be able to prevent Jailton Almeida from just ragdolling him and getting his neck. And let's not talk about the fact that Jailton Almeida is a fairly undersized heavyweight. I mean, Spivac is a full 260. Jailton's always coming in a little lighter than that. I kind of like Spivac. I like Spivac in this spot, JP. I really do. Give me Sergey Spivac, the big-time underdog. I think he's got the better striking. And we're going to have to see if Jailton can sit there on the feet and strike. Because I don't think Spivac's going to get taken down super easily and choked down.
Interesting. I don't know, man. I can't lie. I thought a lot about the Curtis Blades Almeida fight because I don't know if we picked Almeida or if it was just me.
Oh no. We both picked Almeida and he was in all of our parlays. That dude ruined our night. And I'm not just being biased right now. And I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. He ruined our night. He wasn't smart. We want to talk about fight IQ. I don't think it's there. Why are we going to sit there on the double leg when it's not there? You got to be smart. Spivac is smart. Maybe not the most athletic. Maybe not the most skilled all around. But when it comes to grappling, I'll take the guy that knows what he's doing. Jailton Almeida has always relied on his athleticism to get him wins. Rear naked choke, rear naked choke, rear naked choke. But that means you got to get on someone's back. And I don't think he's going to do that against Spivac.
I don't know. I spent a little bit on this one because I was back and forth because Sergey looked good against why am I forgetting his name?
Martian
Tibura,
Tibura.
that's who it was. Sergey looked great against Tibura. I picked him against Tibura. I'm trying. I don't want to pick Jelton because of that. Because he was an idiot that just sat there, elbow, 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 elbow. Hey, buddy, move your head inside, move somewhere, disengage, do something. I don't think Sergey has a takedown defense that Curtis Blades has. Curtis Blades is also, and I don't like Curtis Blades, but Curtis Blades is a good wrestler. Jelton is undersized. Dude looks like he's juicing. Can we get that out of the way first? Jesus Christ. He is a smaller heavyweight, but I think his wrestling's going to be better. I don't necessarily think he's going to choke him out or submit him per se. I think Sergey's good enough to stay away from just getting climbed like a tree and getting subbed, but I really wouldn't be shocked if he laid on him or beat him up on top and took it to a decision. I think throwing the feet, I think Sergey is better. I don't think he gets off enough, though. And, like, he could starch him. He could just outclass him on the feet. I'd love to see it. That's one part of Sergey's game that I would love to see him improve. I think that's the only lacking part, but I think I'm going to go Almeida, dude. I think he can wrestle him. We might be popping back up, but they're heavyweights. They get fucking tired. It takes one shot. Jelton fucking knows that. But I think, yeah, I'm going Almeida. This is my last shot to see if he can string something together and not be a dumbass. But, yeah, I got to go Almeida.
I think that's a mistake, dude. I think you're missing a very, very good opportunity here. I mean, let's not forget, Tibura got the takedown on Spivac, but he shot the armbar so fucking fast,
He did.
dude. He got that arm, reverse position, cranked that motherfucker.
That's gorgeous.
I think he's got the ground game. Even if he does get taken down, Jelton doesn't want to be down there with him. Jelton does not want to be down there with him. And so if he can prevent that part of it, and you would want to talk about getting tired, if Almeida gets tired, he's got nothing. If he gets takedown stuffed, he's got nothing.
I'll look at the Sergey by subline, because that might be a little juiced. And, like, I agree with you. That fucking armbar that he threw up on Tibura, that thing was, especially at that size, that was gorgeous.
It was so quick.
Yeah.
It was so quick. JP, in the last 5 years, Sergey's lost to Tom Aspinall and Cyril Gahn. I can live with that. Those are great losses. He has not lost to anybody else. He doesn't have a single bad loss in the past 5 years. And we're giving a lot of credit with this line to Jelton Almeida, who honestly just tries to ragdoll people and get a rear naked choke. I mean, what we want to talk about a one-trick pony. Come on. That's fine.
I don't know, dude.
That's fine.
I don't disagree with the points you're making.
You and all of America. You guys do what you want to do on Saturday. I'll get my get back. And I'll come back here on Monday and on my recap video and say, I told you so. No one wants to listen to Big B. That's for damn sure.
Big B, what was it? Bekoev? Or whatever it was.
Yeah, Brevin Bekoev.
Bekoev.
I can wrestle too.
Double B.
Yeah. Triple B, stand up. All right. Clinton Talbott, our boy, the chest moon. I like that tattoo. It's weird and it's unique. Going up against Rayoni Barcelos.
Getting weird and unique. Yeah, that's a way to describe Peyton.
He's very strange.
Brevin, are you gonna paint your nails for Peyton?
I'm gonna paint them for Caleb Williams. You know, they could be cousins.
Or yeah, cousins. That's what I was thinking.
Or lovers.
Oh man. Caleb Williams and Peyton Talbott. All right, TMZ. We got the scoop before you did. You guys want it? How much you could pay me for it? Okay. Allegedly. Yeah, I don't know, man. Minus 1,200. Peyton Talbott's been on a tear. This one's tough. Rayoni's looked great. I love Rayoni all around. I think he's better everywhere. I'm going Rayoni. I'm joking. What the fuck are we talking about? Peyton Talbot's going to knock him out. Minus 1,200. Can't make any money on Peyton again. He will be a parlay piece for probably everybody on the planet. Yeah. Peyton
Yeah,
Talbot.
yeah. I mean, given what he's done to all of his opponents, you got to take Peyton Talbot. But honestly, I will tell you, I don't love the line. I really don't. I really think they should respect Rayoni a little bit more. I mean, this guy's a seasoned vet. He's been around the game. Over he's had 12 fights inside of the UFC. He's fought some pretty good guys here and there. It's going to be Peyton Talbot's first true test. I mean, outside of Corey Simon, but still, Giannis Gamori. I mean, I'm sorry, my girlfriend could beat up Giannis Gamori. That guy's trash. All right, but yeah, this is just a big test, and at minus 1,400, that's just tough. You can't really bet on him. We may because we're degenerates, but I'm also going to pick Peyton Talbot. Rayone Barcelos, sometimes he can implement a nice little game plan, half kicks. I mean, he does what he needs to do to win. I mean, he's one of those old time Brazilian fighters. They're always dangerous. You know, he's like Jose Aldo, but not as skilled as Jose Aldo. It's just old time Brazilians. They know how to fight. They can put on a good fight, and they're really damn tough. Peyton Talbot's going to have to hit him hard.
Yeah, man. I mean, and just can we talk about, even if he doesn't hit him hard, the accuracy this kid has? I mean, the Gamori fight, that was nuts. I remember I was with you, and we had a bunch of people over and we were watching the fights, and all of us were like getting a new drink or something, turned to talk to somebody. We turned back, fight was over. Dude was on the ground slumped. So we were like, what the hell just happened? This kid is special. I think we're going to need a dominant grappler who has good stand-up, like a very well-rounded guy to have a shot at beating Talbot.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's dudes. I mean, there are some dudes that are very dangerous. That'll be a good matchup. I just don't necessarily think this is the week where he loses. It's just a tough, tough line. It really is, but that's okay. Both on the Peyton Talbot train. Moving up the card, Bogdan Guskov going up against Billy Elekana.
This one sucks because I much rather have wanted to see the original matchup, which was Johnny Walker and Guskov.
Yeah, I agree.
I wanted to make money on betting on Johnny Walker to get knocked the fuck out, okay?
In like the first round.
Bogdan, Anthony Smith's long-lost brother.
Yeah.
They look exactly the same. Bogdan.
Caillou.
He does, kind of, huh? He looks like Caillou grew up. He looks like Caillou grew up and got sick of being bullied. So he just started lifting weights. Bogdan's going to try and take your head off. Okay? Bogdan has, I believe, out of the 16 wins on his career, he has 14 by KO. That should tell you literally everything you need to know about Bogdan. The guy he's fighting, Billy Elekana, he's a Samoan kid, okay? We are not going to sit here and act like Samoans aren't tough sons of bitches, all right? Samoans are always scrappy, okay? Our boy, the doctor, just got slumped by an island boy from Hawaii, okay? They ain't Samoan, but they're damn close, okay? These boys are scrappy.
Run it back.
Run it back. These boys are scrappy, okay? With that being said, I think it's staying on the feet. I don't think this Elekana kid, and he could surprise me. I haven't seen much on him. Saw what I could. I don't think he's going to ragdoll Guskov, okay? Guskov's team likes to tell everybody that he's got good enough takedown defense to stay on the feet. I'm going to stay away from it for the most part. For pick's sake, I'll go Guskov. Give me Bogdan.
Yeah, dude. I will say, just looking at Bogdan, the dude scares me, man. I just can't look at his pictures too long without starting to shake a little bit. I mean, he just looks like he can put your lights out just from looking at him. Very scary
Big
looking dude. But short notice, well, shortish notice. Of course, Johnny Walker's pulling out of a fight. That guy's a bum. I'm also taking Bogdan Guskov. I think he's got the power to put this kid's lights out, and I think he will. I'm probably betting the KO prop as well. Yeah, he's just got the hands for it. And the problem with Billy Elekana is he's not afraid, but he should be. He's going to stand and trade with Guskov, and he's going to get caught.
That's fair. You know, this is the second person that you were looking at pictures of, and you were shaking a little bit, huh? Huh?
For different reasons.
Hey, we're not biased, okay? I just think Eileen Perez is gonna ragdoll the other girl. All right, that's all I got to say. And don't worry.
Why are we naming names?
Don't. That's fair. I did give it away. Don't worry. Okay. Last week I know I picked against my girlfriend, and then she ended up winning the fight by sub. We got home. I had dinner ready. We talked about it. We're all smoothed out, bro.
Was she happy with her performance?
Ecstatic. Okay. She gave out a lot of good performances then.
Really? Did she armbar you as well?
Let's just say I didn't tap. Okay, pal. I just fucking
All right,
waffling.
fair enough. Let's move up the card. Kevin Holland going up against Rainier de Ritter. I've been excited to see this guy fight again. I'm not going to lie. Now he's getting an opponent in Kevin Holland. That's a pretty damn good opponent for his second fight in the UFC.
RDR. We just saw him fight GM3.
Dutch Knight.
The
Dutch oven.
The Dutch oven. This one kind of scares me because I kind of think it's a trap. But go watch. Anybody who hasn't seen RDR stand up, go fucking watch it right now. Okay? It's atrocious. It is so bad. He'll just stand up square. He'll put his back on the cage and just stand up square. And just, I don't know if he's trying to parry shit away or what, but he'll just get clipped. And then once he gets you to the ground, we saw against GM3, who's normally the one to do this to other people, he'll submit you real fucking quick, real fast. Kevin Holland has had his fair share of grapplers ragdolling him. Okay? His last fight against Elidze, I think he popped a rib. I did pick Elidze over him in that fight. He looked okay from what we saw. He did pop a rib. I think Kevin Holland should clearly be able to slump de Ritter. My only thing is sometimes Kevin Holland, when he knows he's better at striking, and this happens all the fucking time, man. When the other person is better at grappling, they're going to be on the back foot. They're going to walk away. At some point, they're going to level change. And these people load up their right, left hands, whatever it is, and they load up to crack them. You got to be able to keep distance while they're on the cage and prod at them and just start clipping them first, because then they'll overextend themselves and you're basically throwing yourself into the shot. So all they do is have to level change. They don't even have to shoot towards you because you're closing that distance for them. And if he does that and he goes to the ground, I think it's going to be the same story as Hamzat. He's going to get submitted. But Jesus, dude, de Ritter's stand-up is so trash. Give me Kevin Holland. I think he knocks him out. If he doesn't knock him out, Kevin Holland's losing. But I think he does. Give me Holland.
Dude, this fight's crazy. I've been excited for this one. I'm going to be very excited for this one on Saturday because you're right. You said it very well, de Ritter. If he gets you into his world, watch out. However,
Raps.
Kevin Holland is fairly good on the ground as well. He's had his fair share of getting submitted like Hamzat, but Hamzat, he's the best of the best, dude. He really
There
is.
he is.
And Hamzat can strike. So you're like, a little worried about that as well. This is a different story. De Ritter cannot strike. Kevin Holland, he's rangy, he's long, he has power. Look for him to catch de Ritter big, and then if de Ritter gets tired, it's just going to be a long night for de Ritter. I think if he does get him to the ground, unlike the Gerald Meerschaert fight, where Gerald Meerschaert's comfort zone is also the ground. There was no attempts to get back up. He's okay being there, but then he gets caught late in the third. Kevin Holland's a different story. He's gonna get back up to his feet. That's gonna be his effort at least. If it does get taken down to the ground, I just don't even know if it's going to, because when someone walks forward like this and doesn't move their
So
head,
bad.
doesn't have good footwork, I don't know what's gonna happen besides he's gonna get cracked by Kevin Holland. Gerald Mearshardt's striking is probably the worst in the division, and we always thought like, wow, everyone Gerald Mearshart fights, it's just gonna outstrike him, which they normally do. But it's the submission threats that are the problem. The Ritter, it's the same damn thing. I don't like this matchup for De Ritter at all. I got Kevin Holland.
I'm just worried, dude. At any point, I feel like if we go to the ground, I feel like it's toast.
Prove me wrong. Go out there, De Ritter, get Kevin Holland on a on a highlight reel for your submissions. That's cool. If you do that, great. Good on you. Then I'll maybe probably respect you. But at the same time, submitting Gerald Mearshart, who's going to try to submit you as well, like, it's just a jujitsu match. Wait until someone pops you in the mouth. And he was even getting popped from Gerald Mearshart.
Yep, 100%. I agree. Every fight starts on the feet. Kevin should be able to whip his ass on the feet, dude. If Kevin does not crack him a couple times, even put him out cold, Kevin's got to finish this fight, in my opinion.
I think he can. I mean, for De Ritter, you got to go out there and shoot takedown right away, instantly. Bring him into your world.
Yeah.
But Kevin Holland, it's not like he doesn't grapple.
True.
He's pretty sound there as well.
Yeah, De Ritter's got to smother him and not let him get anything off. And
Mother's milk.
We both agree. If Kevin doesn't get mother's milk, he's slumping De Ritter. Interesting. I had a feeling who you'd go with. I know we both like Big Mouth, Pause. But yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we both went Holland. This one, my guy. I'm very excited for this one. And some of you might say, calling him my guy, I can't say that because I picked the guy that he just fought to beat him. That's okay. It's okay. He showed me the right path. Okay. I was clearly on the wrong path, and he showed me the right path. Beneil Dariush versus Renato Money Moicano. Easy money.
Easy money. I like Moicano in this matchup, JP. I really do. Moicano, he's like an NFL team peaking in the playoffs. He has had a resurgence.
Not the Vikings.
In his career. Yeah, not the Vikings. Not the Vikings. I mean, the Rams, they play good, but he's had an absolute resurgence in his career. When he took that L to RDA, I was a little worried about where his future was going to be and where it was going to head. It was on short notice. After that, though, the dude's been absolutely insane. He's got the YouTube channel. He's on with Matty Betts every weekend, and he's doing his thing. I like where he's at right now. He's become a person inside of this, division, someone that a lot of people know. They've seen a lot of his social media content. I think he is a superstar in the making if he continues to go on this tear that he has. Beneil Dariush, on the other hand, I think he's dog water, JP. I really do. I always have. I've hated Beneil Dariush. I think he's one of the worst fighters inside the UFC. Give me Renato Moicano. I don't think that Renato's going to have much trouble with Beneil. He'll get caught, Beneil will, and then just kind of fade away. He's fought good competition as of late, but ultimately doesn't impress me. A win over Tony Ferguson? Congratulations, my guy.
Hey. Okay, easy money. I cannot afford to lose. All right, he loves America. He's always talking about how much he loves America. Dude's got great mic skills. All right, like I said, we picked BSD to beat him. He beat the shit out of Benoit. Oh my God, he beat Benoit's ass. Brevin, there's a couple fights I want to see in 2025. Okay, and you know what one of those fights are?
What's that?
Pimblett versus Moicano. Okay, Money Moicano, Paddy Pimblett, easy money. Okay, I'm trying to see that. A, and B, Dariush is talking in an interview about possibly hanging him up because he wants to see if he's still got it. That answers it for me, brother. And like you said, Renato's peaking at the right moment. The dude looks fucking phenomenal right now. on the ground, on the feet. And people are like, well, Beneil's stand-up is pretty decent. Okay. Look at Jalen Turner. He dropped Renato and then proceeded to get his ass beat because he tried to walk away and Renato subbed him up. Okay? I don't care. Renato Moicano is hard to put away. He quite literally forces himself to not lose a fight. He is not willing to accept. You got to put that dude out cold, or he's going to keep coming. I love Moicano. Great line, minus 175. Don't listen to a word we're saying. Go bet Dariush. Everybody go bet Dariush. Because this line right now, I love it. Jesus, I'm losing my voice how much I love it. Give me Moicano.
Yeah, this line's crazy for a dude that's been knocked out 2 times in a row in the first round versus a guy that's just peaking right now. That's the best way to describe it. Renato Moicano all day. Moving up the card, we have Yuri Black Magic Prohazka going up against Jamahal Hill.
Jamahala.
Jamahal.
All right. Every fight that we've broken down, last card, this card, I'm trying to leave bias out of it. I really am. I'm not going to lie to you. This is the hardest fight I have with leaving biased out. I think Jamal Hill is a dipshit. Okay? Dude cannot live with himself. He cannot accept that he lost to Pereira. And then he was trying to fight Pereira in the Apex. And then he threw him gloves and he said, no, I don't fight for anything that's not money. Even though you just walked up on him and threatened to fight him. Okay, sure, pal. I don't know. Don't like it. I think in order for him to win, he has to knock Yuri out cold. Just like Alex did. When we were breaking down the Pereira and Yuri fights, we both said Yuri Prohazka will constantly come forward. You saw it in the Rakic fight too. He was getting beat up by Rakic. Rakic gassed out because he kept hitting Yuri with stuff, and Yuri doesn't go away unless you flatline him. Then he comes back, beats his ass. I don't think Jamal's grappling is decent. I don't think Jamal's going to ragdoll him. I don't think he's going to beat him up, wrestle the shit out of him, beat his ass. People are like, oh, he beat the shit out of Glover Teixeira. Glover Teixeira was 43 years old. Talking about, I don't want to do fade the 40s. A 43-year-old, I'm fading for sure. I like Yuri, man. I think Yuri bounces back. If Jamal does it, he does it. I just don't like him, dude. I don't like how he processes fights afterwards. Winning or not winning, I don't like it. He's talking shit to Yuri about, you got dominated, I got caught. No, both of you got knocked the fuck out. Same thing. Give me Yuri Prohazka.
Oh man, oh man, oh man. This one's gonna be a barn burner, I will tell you that. Um, dude, I've looked both sides of the spectrum. I know you try to leave bias out of it. You never seem to be able to overcome the biases that you have. I personally like the way that Jamal Hill has handled the loss to Alex Pereira. Why not get back in his face? Why not try to, tempt the current champion to rematch you? It's a payday, man. It's all publicity stuff. I think he's doing the right thing. Where has Yuri Prohazka been? In
In the
hiding,
mountains.
in a dark room, in the mountain, blah, 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 blah. I don't know, dude. To me, Yuri Prohazka right now is like the Vikings. Takes a really hard loss to the Eagles, comes back, and is just not the same. I think John Mahal Hill has still got it. I do think he got caught. Yeah, he got stepped on, got knocked out. That happens to a lot of people. I think he's got impressive power when he's able to put his game together. He's big, and yeah, he's got a good ground game as well. I'm excited for this fight either way. It's a pick 'em right now, so I mean, you can't really go wrong with either guy. It's going to be fireworks from the bell. I'm just picking Jamal Hill. I think he's on the right side of this whole ordeal, and I think Yuri Prohazka losing twice to Alex Pereira, it's really just snatched his soul. Anytime you're blaming it on black magic, you have no belief in yourself. You've lost all belief in yourself because now you think there's magic involved. Jamal Hill's in the gym saying, hey, let's fight again. he's not really scared of the moment. Yeah, he got caught, he lost, but it's all good. Yuri's been in hiding. I got Jamal Hill. Sweet dreams. Night, night. Gonna put Yuri out.
Yeah, Jamal's a minus 122 favorite now, so Yuri did officially hit the dog mark. Another thing that we forgot to mention, Kevin Holland is actually a minus 102 dog. The Ritter is minus 118. So good value on Holland there.
Dog, either I'm once again losing money this weekend, or we're making a shit ton, baby. These lines are just speaking my
better than last weekend for sure. A lot better lines.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this one, I agree with you. It should be a pick'em, rightfully so. It should be a pick'em. It's not going distance.
Yeah, it should. They're very well matched up. I will say.
Yeah, it's not going distance. That's a lock. I'll put my fucking reputation behind that. This fight is not going distance. That's for sure. The next one, the first of the two.
It's only a 3-rounder though, and I find that pretty interesting as well.
Huh.
Normally, these guys are fighting these 5-rounders.
True.
This one's going to be 3 rounds of pure action.
True. I didn't actually take that into consideration. Does that change anything for me? 3-rounder for Jamal versus Yuri. Nope, I'll stick with Yuri. Is what it is. I'm riding. Pause. Next one. First of the 2 title fights. Okay. Should be a good one. Should be a good one. We'll see if he can keep up with Merab's wrestling. Merab Dvalishvili versus Umar Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, man, this one is going to be a great fight. We saw what Merab can do. He's been doing this pressure wrestling, gonna shoot takedowns. I like to think that Khabib and the boys have Umar ready for this fight. You know what you're going to get. They're really good about studying these guys and implementing a very strong game plan. I'm going to pick Umar. The line I don't love from a guy that literally has a gas tank for years, comes forward no matter what, and will continue to shoot takedowns. That scares me a little bit. He never gives up. He really never gives up. There was a fight he went out like 3 times, still ended up winning the fight. He scares me a little bit. I think Umar's got the skill set to beat him and become the champion of the bantamweight division, but there will be a sprinkle on Merab. There really will be. He can get it done.
Yeah. So I said if he can keep up with Merab's wrestling. Everybody knows Merab is relentless. Okay. He shot 50-something takedowns in a fight. That's a real stat. That's a legit stat. Go look it up. The one thing that I've always said, and I said this about the O'Malley fight. Granted, O'Malley fought like trash. I don't care if his hip was hurt. Everybody has injuries, fought like trash. Merab's striking is not the best. And he does get clipped, okay? He's gotten clipped by a couple people. And he gets clipped bad. I think Umar's striking is much better than Merab's, for one. For two, the OVEV thing. If that's not good enough, his last name is Nurmagomedov. If that's not good enough, he trains with Islam, Habib, all of them, every single day. You're telling me that they have nothing on Merab? You're telling me Merab is that step higher and above the wrestling of that gym? Umar sees that type of skill level every single day. Not to mention, they're all monsters to him. They're all bigger. And now he's got to deal with a guy that his same size. We always say the wrestling's going to cancel each other out every time when they're both really good wrestlers. Umar's striking is better. And to top it all off, the cherry on top, Merab is very, very emotional about this fight. He's very fired up. He's pissed. Every time I see him, he is so mad, dude. He's screaming at him. That press conference they had a while ago, he's screaming at him, cussing at him. Sometimes when you got a lot of emotion like that in a big fight, it does not play out well for you. We saw that with Conor and Habib. We see that all the time with people. I'm agreeing with you. I like Umar. I like that Nurmagomedov camp, whether people like it or not. This is where the OVEV strategy comes from that me and Brevin talk about all the time, is because of these guys. Give me Umar.
Yeah, this is a true OVEV guy as well. I mean, the wrestling is there. We see a lot of Nurmagomedovs inside of the UFC these days, but he is actually cousins with Habib. So they are related. There's a lot of Nurmagomedovs inside the UFC that aren't related to Habib. They're related. They're very, very close. Umar's newborn son, he named after Habib's dad, who passed away not that long ago. There's deep rooted stuff and ties with these guys, and you know what they do best? They win fucking fights. They're very, very good, very skilled. One thing I like about Umar before we move on is he throws a lot of strong kicks. We saw late in the Sean O'Malley fight, that was one thing that caught Marab.
Mm-hmm.
That did catch Marab. The little teep kick right to the body. It can slow him down, especially with the pressure, especially with the wrestling. Watch out for some knees. Watch out for some teep kicks up the middle. Umar has that because I don't think he's afraid of the wrestling of Marab. So I do think he's going to be a little bit more free flowing than Sean O'Malley was, who seemed very, very hesitant.
Yeah, I agree, 100%. You think he finishes it? Yeah.
Umar? Oh man, if he catches him with something big, but dude, I'm telling you, Marab is really, really damn tough. And he just continues, like he never gives up on anything. He doesn't give up on himself. I could see it going all five, even if Umar is able to stop takedowns and piece them up. Yeah, I could see it going all five.
Yeah, I think if there is a finish, I think it comes from Umar. I can't see a world at all where Marab stops Umar.
No. All right, moving up the card, Islam Makhachev going up against Arman Tsarukyan.
Oh
The
boy.
second time these two have fought.
Second time. I didn't watch any of the first fight.
Really?
Intentionally. Because I got thoughts.
Why is that?
'Cause I got thoughts.
Because you're biased.
If we make merch, that's what we should put on the merch. You're biased in an exclamation point.
I'd wear that shirt.
Yeah, I got thoughts and they really just sealed it for me. Number one, first and foremost, I think Islam, when it's all said and done, is going to be probably the best lightweight to ever do it. People say, Habib, look at Habib's resume. Before he fought, his last 3 fights? Who was he fighting? Cans. Look at Islam's resume. The best featherweight ever? A lot of people think so. Starched him. Beat him twice. Starched him once. Okay? Dustin Poirier. People are like, oh my God, Armin's going to be able to beat him up because he looked like shit in the Dustin Poirier fight. He finished him, first of all. Second of all, he had staph infection during that fight. How many guys pull out? How many guys fight with staph and get their ass beat? This dude is different, man. This dude is different. Wrestling, stand up. He threw a high kick and knocked out Volk because he got a tail the first time they fought and watching film on him. This is not the same Islam that fought fucking Armin a long time ago. Granted, that goes for the same thing for Armin. This is not the same Armin that fought Islam a long time ago. But there was one thing that sealed it for me. Charles Oliveira and Armin Tsarukyan. Add 10 seconds to round 1. Add 10 seconds to round 3. Brevin, if you added 10 seconds to either of those rounds, what happens in that fight?
Armin gets
oh, yeah, that's right.
He taps or goes to sleep.
He goes to sleep. He's fucking out cold. If Islam gets him there, what the fuck do we think's going to happen? Oh, that's not good enough for you? Islam fought Charles. Brevin, what happened in the Islam Charles fight? Jog my memory for me.
I believe he choked him via arm triangle.
Choked Charles Oliveira out. What more do we need? Armin got put in that, and people on TikTok want to say, that's factually wrong. Armin didn't win that fight. Shut up. Shut up. Okay? If Armin gets in that same position with Islam that he was in with Charles, he's not getting out. Give me Islam Makhachev.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Shoot, dude. I'm excited for this one. I am. Um, I did purposefully watch their first fight. I will say, Armin fought him very, very tough in that first fight. Granted, it's not the same Islam, but it also wasn't the same Armin. As much as I do believe Charles Oliveira won that fight against Armin, there were some moments in that fight that you could see Armin Tsarukyan's strength, his pure strength to get up from some of these positions. There was a time he was fully mounted. He just reversed the position from pure strength. He was in some deep chokes. Didn't give up. He probably could have tapped. I mean, taking Oliveira's shorts off to get out of
Took his own
the
shorts
choke. I
off.
mean, oh yeah, take his own shorts off. Charles didn't have the grip on the legs. Yeah, I do agree with you. I think Islam is gonna find another victory over Armin, but I will say this is gonna be another really close fight. I don't think it's a dominant fight. I think it's gonna be very back and forth. Each fighter will have their moments. I just like what Islam's been able to do throughout his entire career. Are we going to mention Adriano Martins? Huh?
¿Qué?
Huh? You even know who that is?
¿Qué pasa,
He
güey?
starched he starched Islam in the first round of UFC 192. Okay, that's Islam's only loss in his career. Armin does have some power too. It's gonna be a great fight. I'm excited for it. I think Islam is so skilled right now. Um, I don't see Armin being able to really do the things that I believe Islam could do to Armin, so I'm gonna have to pick Islam.
Interesting, man. Yeah, it'll be. That one will be good. I am very excited for that one.
It's gonna be close, bro.
Mm.
I will say that it is going to be close because with as skilled as Islam is, Carlos Oliveira is really sneaky with some of those submissions.
Sure.
Where he can get you in those things very quick, like in a flash. Where Islam, it's a little bit more premeditated, and he kind of just breaks you down and gets you in those positions. Carlos can shoot him very quick. But either way, I do think Islam has enough to get it done. All right. That does it for the card, but it doesn't do it for the show. Don't go anywhere. We have the show parlays coming your way for free every single week. Mind you, we're giving out these parlays. Listen, I know I failed the first lock of the year. That's okay. It doesn't even matter because we're going to get back on the saddle this week. I promise. Let's kick it off with Lockdoor MMA's Lock of the Night. Jeffy, I'll let you start.
Last week we took Cesar Almeida. Okay, definitely a sweat. Okay, we sweated out hard. Yeah, he got dropped, but then he starched him. Al Hassan was laying on the ground for a while. This week, my lock is gonna get another finish. Okay, we're going 2 for 2 to start the year. 2 finishes. Show me the money, motherfucker. Give me money, Moicano over Dariush. And I think he finishes it. Whether it's club and sub, he just beats him up on top. I think he gets him out of there. Give me Moicano.
Yeah, so damn skilled. For my lock, to get us back on the right side of history, guys, I'm going with a guy that you may have never seen fight before, but after this weekend, you won't forget the name. He's so skilled in many different ways, and he's going up against a very hairy dude that honestly needs a razor.
You're biased.
Give me Renya Nakamura. I think he gets it done with ease.
I'm just going to start saying that now for everything. You're biased.
You're biased. Man, Muin Gafurov, so damn ugly, dude. He really is.
Biased towards the hair patch.
All right. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it is.
I'd grab onto it if I needed to get up. I'd
Oh.
start pulling on it.
It makes me sick.
All right. Hey. Whatever it takes to get back up to your feet, right? All right. Now it's time for Brevin's basic parlay. I got another 3-picker for you. Maybe later in the year we'll spice it up a bit. But for now, we got 3. Let's start off with my lock, Rinya Nakamura. Hurry up though, that line's gonna get even wider. Then I've gotta get some money on Moicano, JP's lock. Let's put him in there. And then finally, we told you guys we're degenerates. We're degenerates for a reason. Give me Peyton Talbott, minus 1,200 favorite. Oh my lord. But those 3 dudes right now, plus 104. Plus money on the basic.
Hey,
It's still there. Make sure to go get that in there right now before those lines swing.
you want any value on Talbot? There it is right there. Plus money with a minus 1,200 favorite thrown in there. Good value there. All right, man. You guys remember? I think it was the last time the juicer hit. The OVEV juicer. All right? And we swept it. Okay? This year. Last weekend. So, this is what it is. Okay? This is what the juicer's for. Okay? Because when we go up to bat, we're swinging that fucking bat. Okay, pal? I ain't getting 3 strikes. We're just sitting there in my stance, not swinging the bat. I'm either striking out or we're cranking when we're going fucking yard. Okay, this week we're going yard. OVEV started off Tagir Ulanbekov. Revan thinks Carpenter might win. He might, and he might start you. But if he doesn't, I think Tagir can do it with the wrestling. Let's start it off with Tagir. Next one, Sopaj. Bernardo Sopaj. He's better. Turcios is okay. Turcios is better at talking shit, maybe. Sopaj is much better. Throw Sopaj in there. Next one, Almeida. Okay? There's another one me and Brevin disagreed on. So we'll have to see. Who are you going to take? Brevin's picks? My picks? I think Almeida can do it with the wrestling. Throw Almeida in there. Next one, Talbot. Minus 1,200. I told you he'd be in our parlays because we think he's going to start the other guy. And this is the only way to get value out of him, man. It's hard if you don't throw him in a parlay. The final 2 to round off, to add to the OVEV. The brothers, the cousins, the family. I'll leave it at that. Umar and Islam. Okay. Makhachev, Nurmagomedov. I think they both win. I think Islam retains. Umar and New. 6 legs for you. And right now we're sitting at plus 275. Not juice. The Talbot line obviously ruins it, but hey man, 6 confident picks. I'm confident in all these guys. We'll see if we can hit another one with the OVEVs in it.
I was getting worried there for a second. You had one
Yeah.
OVEV in there, and then you said Sopaj. We had a little J there, and then Almeida, a little DA action. What in the hell is you doing? Hey, that does it for the show, guys. We appreciate you as always. It's going to be a fun one this weekend. Make sure you tune in. If you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. We're giving out free predictions every single week. If you have a topic you want us to talk about in one of the videos, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Like this video, share it with a friend. Make sure they're not missing out on any of these great predictions every week. With that, JP, I will hand it over to you.
100%, man. Big card, big pay-per-view, first one of the year. Let's do it. This first full year, man. We're excited for it. And like Brevin said, drop a like, help your boys out in the algorithm. Yeah, man. Let's see if we can do it. Go for another lock, another sweep slate. As always, ladies and gentlemen, it was a pleasure. Bingo, bango, baby. Hey.